Are you tired of struggling to stick to a diet and exercise plans for your PCOS? Do you feel miserable and helpless for not implementing all the information you already have in your mind? So in this video, we are going to uncover why mindset coaching might be a game changer you've been looking for. We'll dive into how mindset coaching with cognitive behavior therapy or CBT can help you break through the mental, as in your thinking, and emotional, as in your feelings, barriers that make consistency tough. You learn why just knowing what to eat or how to exercise isn't enough, and how mindset coaching can turn those plans into habits that last. Plus, we'll explore how CBT, as in coaching, complements the advice that dietitians or these fitness instructors are giving, which creates a complete and a holistic approach to managing your PCOS. So, if you've been searching for a way to make real lasting changes in your PCOS journey, keep watching. Let's get started. Hello, and welcome to today's episode. I'm Dr. Rashmi, a mindset coach and a trained OBGYN physician, practiced for almost 15 years. I've seen thousands of PCOS women suffering with the complications of PCOS, not just in her PCOS, but also in pregnancy and later in perimenopause. So I decided to become a life coach so that I can help you girls manage your mind around the PCOS before you can reach a point of medical complications. So, if you're here, you're probably looking for a way to take control of your PCOS that feels sustainable and empowering. And I'm so glad you're joining me. Today, we'll talk about why mindset coaching is the missing piece in your PCOS journey, how it complements the work of dietitians and fitness instructors, and why it's essential to make lasting changes. So, let's start with what is cognitive behavior therapy. In simple terms, CBT is basically a coaching approach that helps you understand how your thinking and feeling and actions that you take or you not take are all connected. It's about recognizing patterns in your thinking that might hold you back and learning to change those patterns so you can make better decisions and take healthier actions. Like, we all know about those aunts or like those health gurus who will just like tell us that you should think this way and that way, and we don't like them, but then actually they're right? Because if you change your thinking, you completely change your approach. For example, if you're constantly thinking this belief that I can't stick to a diet, that belief might lead to feelings of discouragement, which then result in unknowingly continuing to engage in those unhealthy eating habits. And the result of that is that you don't stick to a diet. Can you imagine? Our thinking actually shows up in the results that we have. So many women, when they come on a consultation call or when they start working with me, they tell me that they have a sweet tooth. Like, they tell me as if it's like a identity of a character, right? But like, when we say those words, we find evidence of that. Our brain will make you find evidence of that. When you think that I am someone with a sweet tooth, you feel very certain and clear and confident in that identity. And you know what you do? You go and eat sweets. And again and again and again. And there is a plan which the dietitian has given which you're not able to follow because you have this identity, right? That I have someone with a sweet tooth. Or I'm a foodie. This is a favorite one. I'm a foodie. Like, I have so much empathy for you and so much sympathy for you because I used to be like that. I used to be someone who would just love to eat everything. You give me a buffet, I will go to a buffet and get everything which is there in a buffet on a plate. I would have 3 or 4 plates. The table is full of my plates and I'm going to taste everything. Might not eat everything, but I'm going to taste everything, and a lot of food wastage because I'm a foodie, right? But that directly contradicts with my goal, which is like reversing PCOS. Like, I can't do that because if I keep doing that, I'm just gonna like increase my carbohydrate load, and I'm gonna just like worsen my PCOS and my health. My hair is gonna fall out. I'm gonna have acne on my skin. My periods eventually will again become irregular, and I'll gain weight. So we need to watch what we are thinking. Mindset coaching helps you catch those unhelpful thoughts and replace them with the ones that empower you. Like, I can take one small step today to improve my eating, or it's possible I can change the way I eat today. Maybe I can have more fruits and vegetables. Maybe it's possible. Or I can clean up my food once I put my mind to it, right? Or I know it's hard, but I can do hard things. This is a very important one I always use, because like, if you just look at yourself, um, in your human life you have done a lot of uncomfortable things and you have like made it, right? Like, you didn't die. That means that is a proof that you can do hard things and nothing bad will happen. Like something like allowing hunger. Now, if you are trying to lose weight, there are going to be moments when you are supposed to feel hungry. And when you don't eat when you're hungry, that's when you're going to go to your fat stores to melt that fat, right? It's so essential. And yet, there is so much messaging around like eat when you're hungry, or you should not feel hungry, you're not listening to your body. But it's all messed up. Our hormones have completely messed up our hunger signals. Like, if you are someone who's consuming a lot of refined food, your hunger signal is not accurate. So also, if you really are so hungry, there is energy, right? There is fat source which can be used as energy. So like, just like, I have to tell myself in the beginning, or I have to tell my clients, listen, you are someone who can allow hunger. There are times when you have been hungry and not eaten and you didn't die, so nothing bad is going to happen. And the best news with something like hunger, I know I'm going off on a tangent, is that after you clean up your food, you don't experience so much hunger. And hunger just comes in waves and disappears. It doesn't mean that you're going to die. But unconscious belief systems are like, you should not be hungry. I might not get food again. And that will just keep on making you overeat again and again. So it's important to find these sort of belief systems. And like, we do that on coaching, right? To find these belief systems, but at the same time, practicing intentional beliefs that I can do hard things, or this is important for my future self. I'm doing this so I don't get needles. I'm doing this so I don't need medication. I'm doing this because I don't want to have a treatment to get pregnant. I'm doing this so that I get pregnant naturally. Like, whatever is your reason, you have to do that intentionally. Remember that intentionally every day. That is when your thinking will start to shift. So by changing how you think, you can change how you feel and what you do. That is very important, because you can't just practice sentences, affirmations, without feeling it. They need to be believable. Once they're believable, it works. Like, you feel different and you're like, oh yeah. Like, suppose you're talking to your friend and you're just like going through a bad day, and then she's saying things, and then she's also like not helping, or she makes you feel even worse. Or your partner, he will come and say something and it makes you feel worse. You know you're feeling worse. But if she says something which is like, oh yeah, that makes sense, that helps. So be very vigilant on how you feel, and that is all available for you only when you start looking into it, because no one taught us these things. So I'm teaching you that. And if you are someone who wants to get curious about these thoughts and feelings, please consider apply for coaching, because that's all we do. That's all we talk about, the thought and feeling land. Because we need to train our brain to like see what are we thinking, and keeping a close eye on what our brain is offering us. Not everything is true. So why is CBT necessary for permanent PCOS reversal? You might be wondering if you still need to learn about PCOS friendly foods or exercises. And the answer is absolutely yes. It's crucial to educate yourself on what foods can help you reverse your PCOS, and what food worsen your PCOS. Also, what kind of exercises are good for you and what are not good for you, and what are the lifestyle changes that work best for your PCOS. So I'm not an expert dietitian or an instructor. I don't help people with making food plans, but if you are someone who doesn't know how to make a meal plan, I help you create a very basic and a clean meal plan as a doctor, and whatever research I have in my brain about what's good and what's not good, I can help you do that. But at the same time, you already have this information in your brain, and we need to get curious about, like, if you have information already in your brain, why are you not implementing it? There is some obstacle beliefs in the way, and that's what we uncover in coaching. So dietitians and fitness instructors are incredible resources for this. They provide expertise and personalized plans to guide you through your physical health. And I have mixed clients. Like, there are some clients who have no clue. They don't have the money to hire out a personal dietitian or a personal instructor. So I help them in whatever possible way in coming up with a plan, and we start following them, and it works because they just have to follow the plan. But then I have some clients who have personal dietitians, who also have personal instructors, or who have had all of those things, and yet they don't get themselves started. That's where cognitive behavior therapy or coaching comes into action. However, the challenge many PCOS women face isn't just knowing what to do, it's actually sticking with it, especially when life throws curveballs with stress, cravings, or lack of motivation. And like, some of them have actually done the work and lost the weight, but they were managing their mind while they were doing that. And the moment weight loss goal has achieved, they stop managing their mind, the old life comes back, and they start gaining weight back. And once they gain the weight, they just remember how uncomfortable it was to lose weight, right? And when they're doing that, it just becomes like such a revised memory, like it's become solidified in your body and in your brain that weight loss is hard, and you will resist doing it again. So the way I teach weight loss is, like, you need to have very nice belief systems in your brain that whatever action you're taking is for fun. The food that you're eating, it brings you joy. The exercise that you do is joyful and fun. The long fast that you're having is because it's like it keeps you clear in your head, and it just keeps you clear, right? And crystal clear in your mind. Or whenever you're experiencing hunger and when you don't eat it, you feel like, yes, I allowed hunger. This was not a big deal. I am someone who can allow hunger. This is amazing. Saying no to foods when your friends are like just going for it to please others. Like, all of those things, you need to look into it, right? Like, you need to enjoy this whole PCOS reversal journey, so that suppose by mistake you gain weight back, some of it you gain back. It's not a problem. You just go back on the whole routine of like enjoying the weight loss journey and lose the weight back. So this is where mindset coaching comes in. You really need to clean up what you're thinking, and the whole process needs to be fun. It's possible because we can do that with our thinking. That cognitive behavior therapy or coaching is actually a glue that holds your actions together, the lifestyle change together, the food that you're eating together. It doesn't replace the valuable advice your dietitian or fitness instructor is giving you. Instead, it makes that advice more actionable and sustainable in your daily life. So how does it specifically connect these two things, right? Like, what it does is it provides a supportive consistency and adherence. Like, the dietitians and the instructors might tell you what to do, right, and how to eat and how to exercise. But to sticking to those plans requires a strong mindset, especially when things get tough. Like, you might, if things are going good, you might reach the gym, you will follow the plan, and then something happens at work, right? You got stressed and you go back to your evening eating of binging on popcorn, or just like finishing cookies at night, like that emotional eat which will start at night, that will completely sabotage whatever your dietitian said. So mindset coaching addresses the reasons why you are not consistent, thus helps you stay on track with the plans set by your dietitian or your instructor. We need to find out, right, like what happened at work which made you eat that way. And sometimes you can solve for that, or you can just like work on allowing urges to eat, go for that emotional food instead of eating as planned. Apart from that, cognitive behavior therapy can help you bridge the gap between the knowledge and action, right? Like, you already know stuff, but helping you take action. You might need supportive thoughts, right? Like, I can do this. Like, if you have a thought that I can't do this, this is too hard. Like, yes, I have hired this person, but I don't think I can do it. You can't have that thought, right? Like, you are an expert of your life. You have done hard things, so you can do this. Maybe it will be easy. You can break it into easy, actionable steps, and then you can go with like, okay, what is the easiest part of this? And sometimes, like for exercising, it just might be like wearing your shoes, going to the main door, sitting in the car, driving to the gym, like really breaking it down. That's what coaching helps you do, like makes it easy for your brain to finish that hard, uncomfortable task, because the task is really not that uncomfortable. Once you reach the gym, you might do something, or you might like really enjoy it, but it's like initiation would be the hardest, and again coaching comes in super handy there. Apart from that, many women will start spiraling in shame when they didn't do what the instructor told them to do, right? Mindset coaching helps tackle this shame, helping you get back on the plan. So it's literally like bridging the gap between whatever you know to taking action. Apart from that, it enhances the effectiveness of these instructors and these dietitians, because they give such an amazing strategy, right? But what happens with emotional eating and when lack of motivation throws you off, you don't follow all those amazing strategies, right? Like, you can't even experiment. Like, the first part of like going on any sort of meal plan is like following the plan, right? But if you are not even able to follow the plan or even get access to a plan, your brain is keeping you behind, right? Like, it's thinking that you can't do this, don't do it. You're going to fail again, right? Something like that is going on in your unconscious mind, and you need to catch that. You need to ensure that you start doing as planned. And once you start doing as planned, that's when the fun begins, right? Because then you are like, okay, is it working or it's not working? If the plan is not working, let's change the plan, right? So that's where the fun part begins. But if you're not able to even get to the gym, if you're not able to get to a meal plan, you need coaching, because there is something which is blocking you, and we can help you uncover those blocks. So coaching can actually complement these two things, right? Like the dietitian, nutrition experts, therapist, or a therapist can also complement it, but most therapists are like specific around trauma. Very few therapists would focus on progressive, like they will not work so much on goals, and they have tools which are limited to mostly trauma, unless they are doing CBT, which is again like very specific. It can be general for many of them. So having a dietitian on board, having an instructor on board, and having a coach on board, mindset coach specifically, can help you integrate so that you can get to your goal faster in a permanent, sustainable way. Now, many of you might not be able to hire out all these people, right? So in that case, I recommend start with mindset coaching directly, because I know basic stuff, what you need to do. I have given so many people the results, and there are very few people like me. So start with mindset coaching. At least like every time when we work together, I can educate you on what to eat, what not to eat, what to exercise, how not to exercise, and all of those things, right? Or you can just like do your research on Instagram, Google, YouTube, and like gain some knowledge about it while still working on your mind. Like, if you're not like cognitive behavior therapy, we can't do it on ourselves. Someone else needs to look into what we are thinking and our actions to like point it out. So that's why it's important for you to come on the call. Now, it's easy to feel overwhelmed with your health goals, especially when you're dealing with the ups and downs of PCOS. So while these instructors and dietitians can help you set these goals, mindset coaching helps you develop a positive mindset towards them. If you're not careful, we might just remember the discomfort of losing weight instead of remembering the purpose of losing weight. So that's why it's important that if you are trying to lose weight, or if you're trying to reverse your PCOS, you need to do it while having fun. while enjoying the process. If you don't do it that way, you're just going to remember the discomfort again and do like when you gain some weight back, the only thing your brain would remember is the discomfort. So you need to keep on checking, like, am I having fun while I'm doing this? And it's a very unique concept, and it might go bouncer, but it's something, again, we specialize in coaching, like how can you generate fun and lose weight. So mindset coaching reminds you of your reasons every week so that you gain, like when you gain the weight back, you lose it effortlessly. It shifts the focus from perfectionism to progress, encouraging a balanced, compassionate approach to your health journey. So why my coaching approach is the most unique is because very few coaches, very few therapists specifically work with women who have PCOS. While many professionals are skilled in cognitive behavior therapy, general one, finding someone who truly understands the challenges of living with PCOS is rare. As a trained physician who also has PCOS, I have seen firsthand how PCOS can impact women's lives, and I'm dedicated to helping women like you manage your mind before it leads to more serious health issues. My approach is uniquely tailored to the needs of women with PCOS, focusing on mindset shifts that are specific to your journey. I'm not just offering you a generic advice, I'm offering a personalized, empathetic, regular, weekly approach that aligns with what you're experiencing. This is important. So if you are ready to take the next step and see how mindset coaching can make a difference in your PCOS management, I invite you to apply for coaching with me. Together, we will work on transforming your mindset, overcoming those mental and emotional hurdles, and making sustainable changes that truly last. You can find the link to apply in the show notes. Thank you for listening. If you found value in today's episode, please share it with someone who might benefit. And remember, taking care of yourself is the most powerful thing you can do. Until next time, take care.